So I just came back from the skate park. You can see I'm missing some eyebrow right here. I mean, I was working hard, fucking Cosmo trying to get in the video right here. So because of COVID, I feel like I haven't dropped in, like I haven't been as confident with my dropping in. So I've been like skating probably like almost 3 years, getting close to 3 years, but skate park only a year and a half. And then last year was when I like learned how to drop in. That's when I started learning how to stall, carving a little bit. But then this year, because of COVID, first in February I got a concussion when I was working. I went over a spine, so I did do it, and then the second time I think I like switched my footing, like my leading foot. Ay, pinche encimoso right here. So I switched my feet. Like I think in my head I was like, let me put my leading foot to stall, and then I stepped in over the spine with my non-dominant foot, so I slammed back, and like even though I had my helmet on, I got a concussion. So that really like kind of affected me in a way. Like it kind of lowered my confidence on skates a bit. And then COVID in March, so then I wasn't really skating consistently. And then when I put the blocks on, the CIB blocks, I have a video on that, to learn how to slide on the rail that I made. I don't know, I feel like I got those blocks at the Moxie skate camp last year, and I never put them on until the beginning of quarantine. But I don't know, for some reason I feel like they should have given me a medium instead of the small, because it's not really centering itself that well. And I don't know, like I've seen people who have similar skate size as me that they have bigger blocks on them. So I don't know, but in my head I just haven't been able to drop in with them. Just in general, I haven't been able to drop in for a while now. So today I went to the skate park with some friends, and I brought both my Moxies and then the Chayas that I just got, because I wanted to try them out and compare them. I took off the Moxie block, I took out the blocks from my Moxies, and at first when we were at South Pass, I was holding on to my friend Amber's shoulder and her arm when I was dropping in, and for some reason I still had like a head block. And then we went to another skate park in South Pasadena also, and I was able to drop in like alone, and then I started stalling confidently. I was able to do that little toe stop, like 180, not off the coping but during that pumping. And then I was just like, you know what, fuck it, I want to try these. I want to see if I could drop in. And like I think a lot about skating is like you kind of have to turn off your mind in a way, like just don't overthink it once you're like in the coping. So what I do, and the way I was taught to drop in, is like the 1, 2, 3. So like the 1 is you put your toe stop down like this on the coping, toe stop down, and then with the second boot, the 2 is like the coping is my hand, so you put the boot on the coping, and then 3 is your leading foot dropping in. So for me, I just had to count, and then like at first I was just like, fuck, like I don't know if I could do it. These are just gonna be my initial thoughts about Chaya, I don't know how you pronounce it, but the Chaya, when I was able to drop in, but honestly it's just a real adjustment, like a difference. Like I was telling my friend, like, fuck, I feel like there's something missing, aka the heel is missing. So I feel like that empty space feeling, like I feel like makes me feel like I'm putting pressure on the back, like heel. So I feel like I'm gonna fall back. So when I put them on, I was like squatting super low, like skating super low. Like it kind of forces you to like get lower than you would on Moxies, because Moxies kind of naturally position you in a different way. And I was able to drop in, and like I wasn't able to get back on the coping to stall, but like it was progress. Like from having not been able to drop in for a couple weeks now, to now being able to drop in my Moxies, and then with the Chayas that come with its own blocks, I feel really good about today. These are just gonna be some thoughts, like a few little thoughts about Chaya. Like I said, today was my first day at the skate park with them and dropping in. My thoughts could change like as I continue to use them. At first I was thinking of selling them, because I was like, I'm not really leaning, I'm not reaching for them as much. But after today, I'm just like, I want to learn both. I want to learn the heel and then the flat skate. I don't know if it's true, but I've heard people say that with a flat skate, since it's flat foot, like you kind of, in a way, almost have more like stability because you're landing like flat. I don't know, I want to learn how to do a lot of things, especially like if you follow Barbie Patin on Instagram. Like she does some awesome things, and even street skating. So if the second stay-at-home order happens, like I'll take these out in the street and try to like do some cool shit like her. What is weird is about, if you're gonna buy these, is that the sizing is kind of weird. So on here it says US size 8. So these are called like Kismet Barbie Patin skate. That's the official name. And then I got them in size 8. So someone was selling these on Instagram, and like someone reposted it on their story, and I was like, fuck it, I want them, I want to try them out. And I bought them for 200. I think they retail like 250-ish. I'm gonna have to double check. Size 8. So in my head I was just like, okay, they're gonna have some room, and that's fine. Like I could wear thicker socks and then buy a really comfy insole for them. But when I tried them on when I got home after I picked them up, it, like my toe touches the end, not so uncomfortably that I feel like they're too tight. Like I just feel like they're snuggish. Like I don't have as much wiggle room as I do with like the lollies. My lollies are a size 6, and I've heard that they run as men's sizes. So men's sizes, I think you kind of have to size down a size and a half. So I am a size 7.5, and I have size 6 lollies, and they fit perfectly. There's a little bit of space, but not like wiggle space, because the way that lollies are, they kind of form to your feet a little bit. So there's really like form fitting on the foot in general, so the toe space doesn't really bother me as much. Let me go on this angle so you don't see my missing eyebrow. But then the Chayas, they run weird. So like you kind of they don't run as men's sizes, so you buy your own size. But like I said, they run kind of small. So if I hadn't known that, and if I would have bought them off the website, I don't know if they have half sizes, but let's say I would have bought in a 7.5, I don't think it would have fit me. I've never had to buy size 8-inch shoes ever, I think, except like pleasers, which are like the really high heels for pole dancing, because those do run differently, and you kind of want that wiggle room, a little bit of space on those. But so if you're considering getting Chayas, like just use the sizing chart that they have on their website, so you buy the right size and don't just buy a size you think you might be, according to like comparison to your other skates. But keep that in mind when you're buying them off the website, or if you're buying them used from someone else. Another thing is, I've heard people like scrape this area, but I am gonna say that these are more comfortable than like getting like Vans mounted with like a plate and blocks, because they are stiffer here. They're not like a shoe, like they don't feel like a shoe does. Like they feel stiffer on this white lining here. Not as stiff as possible, because like I said, I've heard some people who do have holes on theirs, like, but you don't know how hard they're shredding on their skates. Like everyone is different, and also like weight and like size, like people are all different. So what works for someone is not gonna work for everyone. So that's why I want to like say like these things about Chaya, because Lolly is not the only skate out there, and Moxie is not the only brand. So after putting on these Chayas, and I got so excited when I dropped it, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna stick with them and I'm not gonna sell them. I think adding to my collection of skates, I do want to get Moxie Jack boots still, and I'm thinking of getting just the boot and using the plates from my derby skates, because I don't know if I'll be coming back to derby anytime soon, or possibly at all. And using those plates, which are the Avanti magnesium, and moving them onto the possible jacks I might buy, and then using disco blocks. So I'm excited for that. But like I said, these are super comfortable. Like I don't feel like it's like any other shoe. Like it just feels super comfortable and like wide and spacey. And you could tighten your laces if you feel like you have a narrow foot, but I feel comfortable with them. and I'm excited to continue to try them out and just do really cool things. Like I want to focus on jumping next. I know how to pump and stall, and like now I want to learn tricks and like transitions with that, but I also want to learn jumps, so we'll see how that goes. Just keep in mind the shoe sizes. The trucks are not wider than lollies, they're just bigger wheels, like they're wider wheels. The wheels are 92A and I love them for park. The ones I use on lolly are Fun Days, and Fun Days are made out of like a different material. I don't know what material they're called, but they're not like, they don't have a hardness number to them. They're just like hybrid supposedly, but they're not gummy, so I wouldn't use them if you're starting off. But they're pretty cool for beginner skate park. And this one is 92A, which is not the hardest. I've seen wheels like CIB, Vortex, I think are 101s, and I have tried Moxie Trick wheels in I think 101s or 99A, and I love them, but I ended up selling them because I was still a beginner at that time, and I might want to consider trying something in that level of hardness again. But these 92As are pretty cool. They're pretty cool. And then the blocks, like I said, I ended up taking the blocks away from the lolly skate because I just feel like either CIB in general wasn't working for me, or like they were too small. But these, at first when I was on the coping, I was really nervous, but I didn't feel like it was getting in my way or it was making it difficult for me. Like I said, my thoughts could change as I continue to use them at the skate park, but they felt nice. Like I really like them. Like they don't seem intimidating, or like they're not for beginners. And then they come with the Chaya toe stop, which is my favorite toe stop, so awesome. But yeah, so if you're considering getting Chaya Kimros, or what are they called? I never say Kimros, I just say Barbie skates. Kismet Barbie Patin skates. I would recommend it. Like they're pretty cool, and I've seen like people start off with them without having to go with lollies or heel skates, and they're pretty amazing. It kind of forces you to like squat lower, which is amazing, because like if you're in a good squat, like you lessen the risk of falling, and you're closer to the ground, and you're strengthening your core and your quads and your glutes, and like building muscle. So like I am all for it if you all are interested. And like I said, this is just my initial thoughts, my day one with Barbie Patin skates, but hopefully I continue to use them. I don't know like how this whole COVID thing is gonna continue going on, but this is just my update for you all. That I now have 2 park skating skates, and I'm really excited to see what I could do now that I feel like I like passed that mental block barrier I was dealing with for a while. And I'm excited to continue to drop in new parks. I was already talking to my friend while she was giving me my ride home, all these other places I want to go to. Before my concussion, like I said, I went over a spine, so I want to try that again at Belvedere Skate Park. Try that little spine, that spine that they have there, because it's not little, but I'm excited. And the only thing is, like, it's kind of a struggle carrying 2 skates at a time. So let me show you the bag I used. Years ago, 1 year ago, someone was just selling it on the street, like their little yard. They were having a sale, and it's weird because I don't know if that's a Confederate flag, but I painted it red and you can still see it, so I'm gonna have to do another layer, and then I'm gonna layer a black outline so it looks like it's just a bandana with stars and not this Confederate flag. And I don't know, I kind of want to customize it and do some more acrylic stuff here. We'll see. But if it's both skates, not so comfortably, so I'm gonna have to try other options. I have other bags to carry my skates, but this one is pretty cool to carry skates and then all my gear, because I'm all about protecting yourself. I'd rather look funny and nerdy, I guess, than have to have an injury that's gonna put me off not just park skating and skating, but pole dancing as well. So I'd rather take all the safety precautions. And the helmet is just like, if you get a concussion, like, and you continue doing stuff because you think you're okay, which is what usually happens to me, like I don't know how to rest, so I don't want to have another concussion and like injure my brain. Like, your brain is the most important part of you, and you don't get a second brain, so protect your brain. You never know, a simple slip or fall could like make you slam your head or today when I was at South Pasadena skate park, like there was little boys who didn't know skate park etiquette and were getting in the way, and some board did fly at my friend and it just hit her on the ankle. But I'm just like, it could have been way worse. Like, what if it would have smacked you in the face or in the head, or like you tripped over it or somehow tripped on it and, you know, head back. Like, you never know what can happen, so I'd rather be safe than, you know, deal with the injuries. Peppa. Hi, Peppa. That's my baby, my newest baby. Hold up, I want to show you guys some plant progress. So this is a new little leaf unfurling, and then there's another one coming in right there. This is a holographic bag I have that I could probably also use to fit both skates. And then this fits skates, just like one pair of skates in here. So maybe if I want to carry one skates and then put another pair in here, that also works out as well. But yeah, so I just want to give you guys that update, that thoughts, like my first thoughts about Chaya. I also want to do like a overall general review of Lolly, because I've had the Lollies for 2 years now, and I just want to give you my thoughts. I feel like those are still the skates I reached to as my #1, and I want to tell you all the reasons why and why I love it and prefer it. But yeah, it's my #1, but I'm also really into like trying other things, and Chaya's have been really good today. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. Let me know what other things you would like to see from me. Like I said in the first video I have on here, this was gonna just be like a channel to track my progress, and then I disappeared for 2 years, and then now I'm back. So these are just like my thoughts, new things I'm trying with skating, like skateboard and then my pole dancing. So this channel is just like all my interests in one channel, but I'm free. I'm open for any like recommendations or any questions you have that maybe I could make a whole full video on. So thank you.